Hello everyone, Helen here. Hope you're doing okay. Thanks for stopping by my Mousy Makes podcast, and I hope you'll enjoy spending a little bit of time with me today. Today I'm going to chat a bit about my first attempts at making paper, and then something that I made using some of the paper, and then I'm going to update you on my 100-day project. So a few more leaves to look at and even to listen to today. And I just want to remind you that I do nearly always put timestamps on my video. So I think that'll work on most devices, apart from maybe if you're watching it on the television. So that if you did want to just skip to a particular bit, so if you just want to see my update on my leaves, that's okay. You can just click on the timestamp below. But I do that just in case anybody wants to, mainly in case anybody wants to come back and look again at a particular part of my podcast. But anyway, just a little reminder there, in case you weren't aware. So, yeah, today, first of all, paper making. So I've fancied trying to make paper for quite some time, and I thought the perfect time to try it would be when my nieces, Nell and Libby, came to stay. So in advance I'd bought some equipment, well basically this here, which is a decal and mould. I think this is the decal, this bit with a kind of mesh on it, and this is the mould. And yeah, so I had that all ready for when Nell and Libby came to stay. So we watched some YouTube tutorials on how to make paper, and it was really hard. We couldn't really find any that we thought were really good. Quite a lot that we saw were people who seemed to be just experimenting themselves and not giving you a really good, clear, this is how you do it kind of tutorial. Anyway, we kind of put together what we learned from various videos and just decided to have a go. And we spent a lot of time on it. It took a long time, and it created an awful lot of mess. Quite a bit of clearing up to do afterwards. But we did have a lot of fun doing it, and we were pretty pleased with our first attempts. It turned out to be very crude paper, very thick, yeah, almost a card really. But you know, we'll be able to do something with that paper. And one of my reasons for wanting to make paper was to use it, or use a bit of it, to make one of my 100-day project leaves. So I was able to do that. We found, well, we learnt such a lot, and we found that it's quite hard to colour the paper with what we had. We just had some acrylic paint and not an awful lot of it, so I think obviously you need quite a bit more colouring than we had. We learnt later that we hadn't really been using the mould and decal correctly, so for some reason I hadn't noticed that one bit fits inside the other. I mean, something as simple as that. Honestly, I'm a bit rubbish sometimes. Anyway, we still did manage to make sheets of paper, so that was quite good. And I managed to make my leaf, which I made by tearing the leaf shape out of my paper. And so yeah, so that was the first attempt. And then the second attempt, a few days after we'd made our paper, YouTube recommended another video on making paper, which was absolutely excellent. A lovely lady, a Danish lady, I think, called Lisa. I can't remember the name of her channel. I'll put it on the screen. And she was really, really great at explaining, and lovely videos as well. She's a really lovely lady. And yeah, so we found that we had done a few things that were not quite the right way of doing it, but yeah, anyway, I then watched one of her videos which had caught my eye, which was how to make paper from the insides of toilet rolls. And this lovely lady had made 16 sheets of paper from 10 toilet rolls, and I thought, right, I've got to have a go at that. I had a few toilet rolls lying around, so I gave that a go, and I was really pleased with the results of that. I definitely had a bit more idea of what I was doing, and yeah, of course this really good video that I watched was a big help. And so I've put together a little video for you to watch now of both attempts at making paper. So I'm going to show you that now. So I was really rather pleased with the paper that I made from the toilet rolls and thought it would be nice to make something with it. And so I made a notebook this year, and I am so proud of it. It's really lovely. It's actually covered in some handmade paper that I already had, that I bought from somebody, but the pages inside are my own paper. I don't know what I'm going to use this for, or I might give it as a gift, I'm not quite sure. The paper is varying thicknesses, and so, but I just love it. I love the rusticness of it, and yeah, I'm just really pleased with that. So I've made a little video of how I made my notebook. I thought you'd like to see that too. So here we are. So there we are. I've learned another new skill, making paper, and although it is quite a messy and time-consuming process, I'm definitely going to have a go again. Partly because I'm inspired by Lisa, the Danish lady, and she's got all sorts of different ways of making paper, so I'm quite keen to have a go on some of the other ways. And yeah, I can always use paper, so I'm looking forward to doing that sometime. Right, so 100-day project leaves. Yeah, so I've got quite a few leaves to update you on, because last time I did an update I just got up to 50 when I was halfway through the project. And now, today as I'm recording this, I'm up to leaf 74. Well, it's day 75 today, but I haven't made the leaf today yet. So I'm going to show you up to day 74. And I'm really going to rattle through them as quickly as I can, otherwise we'll be here all day. If I tell you the whole history of how I created each leaf. I could talk for a long time about each one, which is lovely, isn't it? That each leaf, when I look at it in the future, is going to mean such a lot to me, and I'm really looking forward to having the whole collection together. Anyway, here we go. So for day 51, I just used some green handmade felt and sewed on some green bugle beads to make the pattern of the veins. Day 52, I used some just normal kitchen foil to do a rubbing of a rhododendron leaf. Day 53's leaf is a collage of some chamomile rose tea, which is just one of my favourite teas, and from my favourite tea shop in Durham. Day 54, I did a rainbow print of a leaf. I just coloured with felt tip pens on the back of the leaf, and then pressed it very hard onto paper. Made this lovely print. Day 55 is a leaf that I shaped from some thin wire. Day 56, I wanted to make a leaf look as though it had rain and raindrops on it, so that's why I've got this one. But this is an ivy leaf I actually pressed to use. Day 57, it has got a leaf limerick that I wrote on it, which I will not read out now because I'm trying to rattle through. Day 58, this was a suggestion by one of you lovely viewers, Teresa, and it was created by hammering print onto paper, so between two sheets of paper. Day 59, I had come across a leaf-shaped insect called katydid. Well, not in real life, but I saw a picture of one and thought I would have a go at drawing one. Day 60, I thought I'd make another little book, this time of different leaf shapes. For day 61, I had come across some birch bark just lying on the ground on one of my walks. So I spent a while soaking it in warm water and then ironing it and then pressing it to get it flat. So then I just cut it out with scissors. But day 62 is made from my homemade paper. I just tore the shape. I was trying to make it like a mint leaf because I've got dried mint in it and it smells nice too. Day 63 is a very simple macrame leaf, and I used Shetland spindrift yarn for that, a colour called moorgrass, which is rather nice. Day 64, I made a little book about medicinal leaves because it occurred to me that leaves have been used for thousands of years for medicine. And so I just printed out some photos of leaves and then wrote in the book. Day 65, I created the shape of a leaf just by using words and using the words of the vocabulary to describe different parts of the leaf. Day 66, this took me a little while, was a papier-mâché leaf. I used a pipe cleaner as to shape the leaf, and then I used paper serviette and watered down PVA glue to create the papier-mâché. Day 67 was a quote I'd come across whilst reading a lovely book called The Little Grey Men. So it just spoke to me, and in fact it inspired me to make another leaf, which I will also show you shortly. And day 68 is just made from cardboard, and I was just going to have it as a simple cardboard leaf with holes poked in it, and then I didn't really like it, so I thought, what could I do to liven it up? And thought I'd have a go at crocheting around the edge and then stitching up the middle. I was quite pleased with the effect. Day 69 is just a lovely bit of pastel coloured, multicoloured felt that I've had in my stash for a very long time, and put a row of tiny buttons up the middle. And yeah, so day 70 I made another little book because I'd written another little story and rhyme. I'd been investigating all about the biology of a leaf, so I was quite interested in knowing what the different leaf parts were called. And then in my research online, I caught sight of a picture of the inside of a leaf and thought, oh, that's really fascinating too. Took me back to biology lessons at school, and so I just came up with this rhyme. So I'm going to read you the rhyme now while I show you the pages of the book, and I've called it Fall in Love with a Leaf. I'm just a common leaf and you see me everywhere, but stop and take a closer look and start your love affair. See the axil at my base, a petiole so strong. My lamina is flat and green, crossed by a midrib long. My midrib goes from base to tip, and spread across the blade a web of veins and venules in fractal mode arrayed. These outer parts are what you see, and if you look within, you'd see some complex structures, even though I'm rather thin. Epidermis, chloroplasts, and several kinds of cell. My cuticle is waxy and protects me very well. Tubes to carry water, tubes to carry food, stomata holes for gases that no enemies intrude. And though I am a common thing, ignore me at your cost, for without my daily presence you really would be lost. So care for me and love me, for there's so much to commend. I'll help you in so many ways, a true and lasting friend. So there we are, my little story about the biology of a leaf. And let's just finish off my leaves now. Day 71 was a little crocheted leaf, because I'd only actually done one crocheted leaf up until this point, and this pattern was very kindly worked out by my mum. Day 72 I used some of my decorative papers to make a compound leaf, different paper for each leaf. And 73, oh yeah, day 73 I learnt another new skill. I've learnt so many new things through doing this project. I bought myself a starter kit for doing lino cut printing and created this very simple leaf, but this is my first effort and I love doing it. I'll definitely be going back to that when I haven't got such a pressure of time of producing a leaf every day. And I did do a video of how I did it, so I might be able to show you that at some time. I'm not going to show you today. And then finally for today, my day 74 leaf is actually a musical one. So if you follow me on Instagram, you'll already have had a little taster of this leaf. And this is a lullaby that I wrote that was inspired by the quote that is on an earlier leaf, day 67 I think it is. And yeah, I just thought let's have a proper musical leaf of a little song that I've composed, and then I thought, right, well, I'm gonna have to sing it really. And so I know I've played the piano for you a few times before, but that somehow you don't feel quite as, well, I don't feel quite as vulnerable doing that, and especially if I'm just showing you my hands playing the piano. But to actually sit and sing it's quite a daunting feeling. And at first I videoed myself, I just had the video focused on my hands and guitar and not on my face at all, and I sent my first little video to Sarah, my daughter, and she said, why are you not showing your face? So I did it again with, yeah, you can see all of me, but I've made the whole lullaby into a little video with a bit of leafy video as well on top of me. So you can see me some of the time, but some of the time you can see some leaves. And I'll put the words on the screen as well, so that you can hopefully hear the whole of the lyrics that I wrote. So here we are, just to finish off with today, my Leafy Lullaby. Leaves are swaying, gently playing. Sleep will come if you don't cry. Sweetly sighing, moon is rising. Sleep comes by and by. Leaves are shaking, lightly making haunting sounds for you to hear. Music murmuring, nature nurturing, fading notes to soothe your ear. Leafy lullaby, restful rockabye, through the trembling trees, softly pacify, hush-a-hush-a-bye, through the rustling breeze. So I hope you enjoyed that. Maybe you've even been lulled off to sleep. Anyway, I'm going to go now. If you're feeling sleepy, you can have a bit of a snooze maybe. Anyway, until I see you again, take good care of yourself and keep nice and busy. I'll be back again very soon. Okay, bye.